Whatever your hobby is, dear viewers of the Car and Train channel, I would like to welcome Annelise from the Highway to Zen channel. So welcome to our channel.
Thank you, Philippe. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Welcome in Highway to Zen. We have the chance today to have in our channel Philippe, who is a friend from more than 35 years. And Philippe has a channel, a YouTube channel named Cars and Trains, which is very famous. And today we are doing something together to introduce you how hobbies could be useful, helpful for our well-being.
Yeah, and I was very interested to have a discussion with Annelise and share that with you because I am really a hobby guy. I've always had hobbies. I have a lot of them. I am very involved with my hobbies. So to have the point of view of somebody who is very knowledgeable on the wellness and the Zen is very interesting.
Okay, and then, Philippe, could you tell us more about what are your hobbies? Your channel addict know about that, but not mine. So please tell us.
So it's called Car and Train. Of course, I am very interested by cars, especially vintage cars, and trains, especially model trains, live steam trains, small scale, a little bit less real train. And then I like boats, I like collecting things, and kind of almost anything is of interest for me.
Okay, and this, you consider that this is your hobbies because it has nothing to be with your own work and your job.
Yes.
It's completely different.
But this is where it's interesting. And then also I am a historian by passion also, which is also another hobby. The thing that I have found is that it's very rewarding. Results, you know, the viewer here, they have seen my train track, they have seen my layout, they have seen also the books that I have published. But sometimes for me it becomes very intense, it becomes like a job.
Okay, so your passion push you until a limit that is much more stressful for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I remember, for example, when I was younger, every weekend I have a huge list of things that I needed to do for the family, for work, and for my hobbies.
So you are a to-do list guy with plenty of things to do because you are passionate about many things.
Yes, including work as well.
Yeah.
But at the end of the weekend, I was very disappointed because I had done only 10 or 20% of my list.
Okay. And your hobby is linked for this one regarding the trains and is linked with knowledge about technology. So you have to train, you have to learn, and it's about putting things together. You engage your own body doing that. So
yeah.
in this side, this hobby is very good for you and your health in a part.
And in which manner do you think that it's good to...
Because if you do physical exercise or physical things, it's good for you and it gives you a lot of good hormones that are linked to dopamine, and dopamine is motivation, is reward, is satisfaction. So when you do something, after that you have the pleasure to have done it, and it's good for your body and it's good for your mind.
Yeah, and I see that. So, for example, for me, I have a lot of what I would call a desk job, or especially in the past. But to build a train track, it's rewarding because you see the result and it's concrete. It's like gardening. I understand that people love to do gardening because at the end of the weekend you have something. Whereas sometimes when you work on a project, you know, and it's a 5-year-long project, there is nothing visible at the end of the day.
Yeah, and for gardening, of course, this is possible for many people that have garden, but it's really a hobby that everyone could have. It's no money, you have no money to engage, and it's very good for your health. You are in the nature, being in the nature is very good, like this wonderful landscape here, and doing things with the nature is very good for your mind and your health.
There is another side of the hobby that I like a lot, which is interaction with people. So either physically, because I'm part of a group, a club, and also through social media, where I have people with whom I communicate all the time, and I've built a reputation, and I'm trying not to be stupid and silly on social media, so I'm kind of recognized for my contribution.
Yeah, and in this point I see three major things. The first one is that you interact with other people, so you learn from them, you bring things to them. Another one is when you do that, and it's the case for me, I'm really passionate about sending my knowledge to other people that perhaps could use that for their own. And this is really rewarding to see that a few of them say, okay, this was helpful for me, I had new ideas after that, and this is good. And the third point is that, of course, we are not so young, and we need to learn a lot about how to use media, how to use things that are quite new and for us, and that are tools that are used much more from the younger people. So we have to continue to learn, to engage, to train, and to do things and to test things. And this is really rewarding.
And by the way, you know, one time you taught me something, because I am a lot about numbers and big numbers, and I remember one time I was telling you, oh, you know, I got only that many views on a video, but you told me, oh, it doesn't really matter. What I want is people who like, who appreciate what I am propagating as knowledge.
Yes, and you have much more followers than I have, and my channel is much more about developing some Zen attitude and learning about yourself, how your mind is working and how you could be more happy. And I have less people than you, of course, but what is really interesting for me is when someone in my family, in my friends that are looking to my channel say to me, I look at your video and I learned that, and now I am doing this exercise or this exercise. And this is the only reward that I am expecting doing that. I expect no more than that.
So do you have hobbies yourself, or do you consider that as a hobby or a venture, perhaps?
I consider that as a hobby, but it's like you, when it's too hard for me to do my video because I have to learn, I have to explain, I have to write things, and this takes me so much time. Sometimes it could be stressful for me because I could say, oh, I need to put a video on my channel, and I have many other things to do, so it could be a bit stressful. But I have plenty of the other hobbies. I like, of course, walking in the mountain and mountain in general, or activity about mountain. I love learning things about health, and what I love is learning things to take these things and spread that for my kids, for my family. So the knowledge that I am learning, it's really to share this knowledge with others, and this is one of my hobbies. I like sewing, I like gardening. So yeah.
You have also a lot on your plate.
Yes. But to come back to one point that you said, hobbies need to stay a hobby, and we need to find the limit when we engage us too much in it, and this is coming to be stressful. And we need to identify this limit, because then it's no more a hobby.
Yeah, and by the way, I see a lot, especially on social media, there are a lot of temptation. I see a lot of people buying project cars and cars after project cars, or huge train layout that they won't be able to build during their lifetime, or even, before they lose the appetite. So I think that what Annelise is saying is very important. You need to be realistic. Sometimes, start small, develop it to a functional level which is good for you, and then you know your limit. And you don't need to be the best. The professionalism level of a hobby, it's not the same as at work, because you are there for your leisure, your pleasure.
Exactly.
So, for example, if you fish, you don't need to be the best fisherman or fisher lady in the world. You go there to have pleasure. And if your pleasure is to be seated and to wait, and even if you don't catch anything, but you have a good day,
yes,
that's what it is about.
Yeah, and you told the word that is very important. It's pleasure. This needs to stay a pleasure. And something else is that it depends on the time you have to dedicate to your hobbies, because all of us, we are working, we have a life, we have family, we have a lot of things. So hobby is only a small part of our time,
Yeah.
but it needs to be part of the priority, nevertheless.
Okay. Well, I hope that you will appreciate this discussion. The videos will be published on both channels. If you have questions, as always, Annelise and I, we are extremely happy to answer to them in the comment section below the video. And I want to thank you very much. And by the way, as Annelise said, we have known each other for, 30 years?
Yeah, more than that.
More than that. So, lot of understanding and complicity behind the scene.
Philippe, I want to thank you to have been my guest in this video. I really appreciate your passion. I know you for a long time and you have always been like that. And I hope that the people that are looking to this video will have some good ideas about what could be a hobby and how passion this could. And I hope that you looking this video appreciate the testimony of Philippe about what are his hobbies. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. Super, félicitations.
Allez,
Ah bah super.
Ça fait 13 minutes, voilà.